Hey there everybody, Popontop here, and welcome to Hades. Hades is a roguelike game. If you don't know what that means, it essentially means that you do runs and you're expected to die, and that you have to restart and do it again, and every run's kind of different, and we'll kind of get into that as we go through the game here. The game is currently on early access on PC. It's going to come out very soon, as you see in the bottom right corner, coming soon at launch. It's also going to come out on the Switch when it launches, which is pretty sick, because it's kind of a good game for that. We're just going to hop right into it here. We're going to use an easy save spot. We'll do 3. I've already played the game. I just want regular mode, and we'll start it up and see what happens.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
So this takes place in the Underworld. In mythology, Hades is obviously the lord of the Underworld. We are Hades' son, and we are trying to escape the Underworld. So we play as our character here. Look, we can move around, all that stuff. I'm playing on control, even though it is on PC, because it is just a game better designed for controller. We have a sword right now, an X to attack. Look at me go, I can break all the things. Oh, look, I broke all the things. Oh no. And then we have Y for like a big heavy attack. We'll get into all this more later as we get into combat, but as you see here, we have a door. We're going to open the door. And doors have different rewards and stuff, but with this, for now, we only have one thing. The first enemy, easy peasy life. Dash with the A button. I've obviously, if you can't tell, played a lot of this game. And part of the thing I like about this game so much is that it's fast. As you see there, you're not really supposed to ever stop moving. So, these are obviously super basic enemies as well. So, KKK, easy kills. The game does expect you to die, I believe, on this first run. Does not expect you to make it to the end. And I don't think we are going to make it to the end. For one thing, I'm not good with the sword. But we get our first boon here. So for completing every room, you get some type of reward. This is a boon. This is Athena, the goddess. I'm not sure of what, but she gives you shielded type powers.
To be her. Then here goes nothing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
So you accept the boons from the gods. The gods give you some enhanced power because they're trying to help you out. They're like, you know what? Fuck Hades. I don't like that guy that much. I'm gonna help you get out Zagreus. So we'll get our first boon here.
Hail, noble cousin. Now let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
So we'll go. Should give us some kind of boon. So boons have rarity. These are all common rarity boons, but they do different things, and you get to pick these. This is very much in the roguelike fashion here. So my attack is stronger and can deflect. So a lot of Athena's stuff has to do with deflections and stuff here. As you can see here, your dash deals damage and can deflect. So if you dash into enemies, it'll damage them. If you dash into projectiles, it'll shoot them back at the enemy that shot them. You can also have a cast, which you haven't even shown, which is on your B button. It's kind of like your spell. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to make our attack stronger.
I know you can't.
It just works better that way. Spamming a lot of X buttons.
Thank you.
So we got another room. Look, we go to the room. At the very beginning of the game, there's multiple floors in this game. 4 of them. But just being able to do 40% more attack damage, deflect is cool and all that. Like, so if I was really good at the game, which I am not really good at the game, I could block range attacks with my sword if I physically attack it. But the most important thing is here is to kill the things before they even get the chance to attack. And then we gain some of the Underworld's powers. We get the little purple gems, and then we have our first choices. So we can get gold, which will be only used on this run. The purpley gems we got is like for permanent upgrades. It'll upgrade you along the way. Gold will only be used for this run in shops and such and so forth. And this is another boon which we're going to take because it's from Aries, the god of war. And his stuff is really dank. So we're going to try this out here.
Who's first?
You're first. See, I can deflect that. Look at me go. I did it. I did it. I deflected that, man. Okay? You don't worry about me none. I got this. Get out of here. There we go. It's real simple stuff here. I really like the art style of this particular game. A lot, too. I mean, it is a basic kind of like a 2D within a 3D kind of structural environment here. So it runs really well on my PC. But besides that, it also has really, pretty art. So let's talk to Aries here.
Someone's bound to show up, I guess. In the name of Hades.
You've got quite the fighting spirit in you there, I have to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
Aries is a badass. He looks really dope. I like all the character art and stuff too. I think it looks fantastic. So let's take Aries and stuff. So my special inflicts doom. My special obviously being the Y button attack that slams the ground, right? So doom is a status effect. As you see here, it explains that curse after performing one victim takes a burst of damage. My cast sends a blade rift, or my dash creates a blade rift where I started. I think the blade dash is actually one of the cool enemies here. So if we show this off, it makes blades where I was at. So if an enemy gets close to me, I'm like, oh no, get out. They'll start taking damage from that blade rift. So we only have one option. It's a katana key. That's also used for a different form of permanent upgrade, which will be real important later. But as you see, we can kind of like intentionally dash into people here, but it doesn't do that much damage because the game is kind of keeping me chill. If we stand out right in them, but we can hit both of them. There's some level of strategy to doing that, and obviously picking your upgrades because each one is different. Because it's not like Aries is even going to show up every time. Sometimes you have the option to pick Aries as an upgrade path, so each run is going to feel different. I haven't got hit yet, so I feel pretty good about that.
I found a key.
Give me a key. We have a shop or gold. We have 50 gold, as you see in the very bottom right-hand corner there. So we're just gonna get more gold because we don't really feel like going to the shop yet because it's not gonna provide us with that much benefit. Oh, there's traps. That was a trap. I got hit. The first time I got hit this run. Also, those pink things are explosive, so if I like hit them here, they blow up. I did kill the enemy with it, which is something you can do as well. You can lure the enemies in a trap. We literally have the world's most basic enemies here. Just get out of my face. Big crap bastard. Get dead. There you go. We'll take our gold. Usually about 100 or so, 115 in this case. It's pretty good. Not a lot of room choices. More purple gems. They have a name other than purple gems. One thing we can do is we can cast this. You see that on B. We don't have a special cast yet, but casting does do a significant amount of damage, and obviously is affected by the ability to buff it and do lots of crazy things. Like if we had took the Aries cast, it would have made it so we shot those blades that we make when we dash at enemies. You can shoot them, and they would hit enemies. It's really about moving all the time, though. I'm sorry. I apologize for sometimes having to keep my focus here. It's fine. Give me some more of those gems. And we have another Aries boon. And that's about it. So we'll just keep going. This is obviously very basic. The game gets kind of more complex as you go, as you unlock some of the more crazy upgrades and stuff. Please don't make me walk on the spikes. I really like the deflect attack, though. I like the deflect dash as well, though, because usually you dash when you're in trouble, and deflecting when you do that is pretty good. But obviously, the game does have some kind of rewards, too, for taking all the different things. We'll get into that more later, maybe in a future video or whatever, because this is going to be a long series. I plan on making a long series. I have way too much fun with this game. I just like the variant. I'm a big fan of roguelites in general, but this is maybe my favorite one ever. So, I mean, it's just so good. I really like the combat style, and then it focuses on combat as a thing. Let's talk to Aries again.
Name of Hades.
So my special inflicts doom. After I take damage, inflict doom, or my blade rift lasts longer and pulse follows in. I think that we're just gonna see. Not only can you get things that buff things like buff our special, or make it so when we take damage, it does a status effect to enemies. We can make it so once we've taken a buff with a blade rift on our dash, we can make the blade rift better, which is what we're going to do because I really like that. We can also hit select, and you can see all the different boons you have here at any given moment. And now we got Artemis, goddess of the hunt. But as you see the little skull there beneath the room, it means it's going to be a mini boss. Not the actual boss, but a mini boss. And these guys are very annoying. As you see there too, I don't know if you noticed it, but most of the enemies so far have had only red health, which means they have no armor, which means you can kind of do this thing here, what I'm doing, and kind of stagger lock them. That guy is dead, at least. One of them's dead. But these guys started out with yellow armor, or yellow health, which is armor, which means when you're hitting that, you can't stagger them. See, once you get down to the red health, things just get staggered to that. And as the game goes on, more and more enemies have armor, and it makes it more difficult.
One heavenly archer I know of. Well, several, really. Anyway, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
So let's talk to Artemis here.
I heard about you. Look, I'm not like all the others on Olympus. The power of the hunt helps keep me company, so maybe it'll help you too.
I like her little owls on her bow. You see that in the bottom left? I love the art of this game, okay? I'm really, really into it.
Interesting.
So we have some more rare things. This blue here is rare, and then epic is even better, right? And then there's like heroic, I believe, after that. So I have Artemis is all about critical hits, right? So this one will make any damage you deal has a chance to be critical plus 4%. So you start out with 0, I believe. So it gives you 4% chance to crit. My cast seeks foes with a 10% chance to do critical damage, or my special is stronger with a 20% chance to do critical damage. I think I'm going to take that. Not that I special very much, but it does a huge amount, like 78% more damage by itself. Will probably incentivize you doing it more, and that's kind of how the runs work too, right? Like obviously,
Can't heal myself. Which is fine.
I cannot heal myself. I don't think I can. Did I miss something that I could have? Oh, I knocked that back into you. You can use with the sword at least, and there's different weapons and stuff. This is obviously not just a sword game. And we'll get into that. We have to unlock them as we go. First run stuff. But with the sword, obviously the whole special attack there is meant to close the distance. And usually do damage in a pretty big area of effect. These simple enemies, if enemies have no armor like they do here, it's pretty much just to get to them and kill them. More chthonic keys. One more.
This.
He wonders where he can. He doesn't even know. So we could take another key, or we could take more gems. I think we'd like more keys. And like I said, we'll see all this in the future. We'll see why, the why of such. In the future, I got hit. I'm so bad. It's very much a game, like I said, designed to move very fast, but also designed because they're moving so fast. Or the reason you have to move so fast is because you don't want to get hit. You do not get that much HP. If I'd be really proud of myself if I could even just beat the first boss in this first run, that would be crazy. So this is max life, which is pretty good because it also gives you life. These guys, see, these are special versions of these enemies that have armor. So as you see here, they can still attack while I'm attacking them until I break the armor and then get the opportunity. That helps though. See, the big Y move there just did a bunch of damage to both of them in an area of effect. It's pretty good. But I believe you start off with 2 dashes, but they recharge very quickly. So I spend most of my time just dashing around like a crazy maniac. And you haven't seen very much of it yet, but there is a lot of story in this game. So you've got 25 HP there plus 25 max HP. So we have 2 choices here. We can get this, which is a pomegranate. A pomegranate upgrades your boon to the next level, which is not the level of rarity, but to the next level. So for example, we'll take a look at my boons here. If I took this would be like Divine Strike +1. Or +2, level 2, maybe, I think it would be called. This is level 1. So it wouldn't change its effect, it would still deflect. And the deflect doesn't get any better because it just does work. Right? But it would be like +50% damage instead of +40. So that's okay. What we're going to do though is go to the shop for the first time though, because we have 268 gold, and we could buy, for example, a pomegranate or a boon or all kinds of things.
Charon's shop.
So this is Charon. He, in mythology, I believe, carries people to the underworld in his little boat thing. That's not the description. The story does a much better job of explaining things than I do. He doesn't talk, though.
Why, good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and hey, what's that? You got some sort of wares for sale? Then I'll just have a look around.
Okay, so we can get another Aries buff here. We can get a pomegranate. We can get both of these, which is very good. We'll take the Aries buff first. The boon.
I knew that foul boatman would come through, and you would find amongst his wares this gift.
Yes, I would very much like to have your gift, Aries. That's almost sexual in reference. Don't take it that way, though. So my cast, which we don't have a thing, and my like the urge to kill, just everything does more damage. That could be pretty good. I mean, the Blade Rift cast is good, but especially because we already have a buff. So I guess we'll do that. So as you see now, we can kind of aim this if we hold the button. You only get 1 cast though, as you see in the kind of middle left here, and then you got to pick it back up after it's used. So normally when you have a cast, not the Blade Rift, but it gets stuck in enemies, you have to kill the enemies before it pops back out. We'll take a pomegranate though. So as you see here, from level 1 to level 2, it goes from 40 to 56% stronger attack. I already upgraded my special, it can go from 70 to 94. Or my rift damage per hit goes from 10 to 12. And that seems like a really tiny amount of damage. But it's like tick, 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 blade rift. And we can do things that have blade rift. So I think that makes the most sense to upgrade it. And we have our first boss. We also can look at some of the scenery here, and it will give us a little backstory.
Beyond the present chamber lies the outermost perimeter of Tartarus, promising terrifying dangers far beyond the Underworld Prince's reckoning.
And I can reckon quite a bit.
Yes. So we're currently in Tartarus, which is like, I guess, like the home of the Underworld stuff. I can break all these jars while I'm talking. We're gonna have the first boss though. Let's just go. I'm ready. I'm not really ready, but I'll try.
Well, this is awkward.
This is Megara.
Not one step
She
further.
works for my father, and she will not let me leave. So,
Come on, Meg. Haven't we had more than enough of each other by now? Besides, don't you have someplace else to be?
Your father sent me. All in all, I'd rather be on your bad side than his. Now you can turn back like a good little man, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
I guess I gotta go home the painful way.
I'll have to go with the painful way.
Yep, that's the deal on that one there.
A man after my...
Okay, shoot the blade at her. This is gonna be tough. With a sword anyway. It's pretty tough because she does a lot of high damage melee attack things. And it's, I mean, the first time I played this game, I didn't even get to the first boss. Like, so, because we're not. I wouldn't even say. Well, look up. She's currently impervious. Ow! I just got hit by the face because I'm super bad. I only have 9 HP left, so it's obviously not looking great here. She's also doing her most annoying attack temporarily. So mostly that's just a dodge around thing. If I get hit probably like one time, I might have a bad time. I did a crit on that special attack. I'd really like to know what my cast went. That one, there it is. You gotta go back and pick that up. So I'd like to send a big blade at her face because I buffed that to do at least more damage. Oh, I got hit.
Go home, Zagreus.
So you die. And that's part of the thing. Okay, it's just is the deal. You're not supposed to even beat the first boss. So we start back at our house. This is the Underworld. We're gonna show a little bit of this off before we even start our next run.
I'm home.
I'm home. The House of Hades.
I'm up.
Lots of characters here to talk to.
Welcome to the House of Hades.
Hypnos.
Wait, I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
So every time we die, we return back to our house. This is where dead people come. So like when we die, we just keep infinitely cycling here.
Some of us more than others.
Yeah, I die a lot more than
Back
others.
already.
This is Hades. No, my dad. Look at how big that absolute unit of a man is.
Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Good.
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go. See for yourself.
Like Hades doesn't even care at all because he's like, "You're never gonna make it," and I'm like, "I can do it." And this is our dog. This is Cerberus. We gotta pet him.
There's a good boy.
He's a good Cerberus dog. Oh, hello.
His rest.
Oh no, he's a good Cerberus dog. Yes, he is. We can also talk to Cerberus.
Infernal watchdog Cerberus regards the Underworld prince with mixed emotions, from purest joy to deepest melancholy.
He likes us, but he also doesn't like us. It's kind of
Watch over
complicated.
things for me, won't you, boy? You know I'd take you if I could.
We could if we wanted to.
Returned.
We can talk here.
Good to see you, lad.
Achilles.
Despite the
Famous story.
circumstances.
If you know your lore and stuff.
Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
Who's a forgotten here? Obviously, Achilles famous for his heel.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
He's dead. He's down here, obviously. But he's the one who trained us to fight, so that helps a
The
lot.
House of Hades, that dark and lavishly appointed lair of the Underworld's king, is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
There's some guy who's actually voicing
You
over
know
our
I can
lives.
hear you, old
Yeah,
man.
you know I can hear you. I can actually hear somebody talking about all that stuff. This is our mother figure, Nyx, the goddess of darkness or
Do
something.
not despair, child. Such setbacks
Light?
are inevitable and may be overcome with effort and with time. Though, tell me, has the goddess Athena thus been true to her word?
Yes, she helped.
She has, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact and explained to her the situation that I'm in. I know you took a considerable risk in reaching out.
It was the least that I could do. The Olympians shall make powerful allies, but reveal to them no more than they already know. For all our sakes.
Okay. Don't tell him anything other than I need to escape. There's another building down here. It's a big bar. We can't even access that. It's the way it goes. So this is our room.
I'm back.
My character Zagreus' personal bedroom.
The bedchambers of Prince Zagreus lie in a perpetual state of utter disarray, despite his lord and master of the house repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
I do not pick things up. I keep my house. I keep my room real
is it?
messy. So we can't even access any of it. We can reflect on the mirror here.
Darkness guide me.
So with the mirror, we can use the purple gems and gain some things. So we don't have enough to do anything major right away, but if we upgrade Shadow Presence, this makes us do plus 10% damage whenever you strike foes from behind. We'll add 1 rank of that, and we'll add Chthonic Vitality plus 1. Every time we enter a new room, we gain 1 HP. So at least we can start gaining some HP. Not a huge amount. You can eventually upgrade that obviously higher and stuff, but for now, that's a good place to start. And then we'll head into this room here, which is our training room.
Okay.
So we can use keys to unlock a weapon. So we obviously start out with the sword. We still have the sword equipped. But, for example, for 1 key, we can unlock the bow. Or 3, we can unlock the shield. And 4, we can unlock the trident. And then there's 2 more that we can get later on. We'll just do the bow.
There we go. Coronach, the Heart Seeker. Let's deal.
Which has got an amazing name, Coronach the Heart Seeker. And this is a Skelly boy who has shown up.
Nice place you got here, boy.
His name is literally Skelly.
Skelly has it going, but enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
He's the training dummy, but he also talks to you. So the bow here, you got charge shots. Y here is a volley, so you kind of hit everything in front of you. If you hit the bow right there, when it flashes for a second, I missed it that time, you get a power shot, and then you can shoot while dashing. Not super easy to do. Mostly the bow is just a range weapon. You just sit here picking off things. And obviously our training dummy is just meant to take it, kind of show off the different weapons you can use and how to use them. You can kill him. Oh no, I killed him. Oh no, what did I do? He comes back.
Bet I got you pretty good.
And if we go in this door here, we'll jump out the window and start our next run. But we'll leave that for next time. If you guys like this game, you should check it out for yourselves. Like I said, if you have a computer, obviously. And it's coming out on Switch soon. Hopefully Xbox One and PS4 and all platforms as well, because I think it's an amazing game. We're going to be playing a lot of it here in the future. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, please make sure to like rating down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so you can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever it may be. And I will see you in the next episode.